Hey everyone, I thought I would come on as I have the Urban Decay Spring 2015 collection to share with you, and it is beautiful. I love the fact that with this particular collection for this year, they've kind of branched out more into their kind of skin line, kind of foundations and concealers and things like that, which is not something we've really seen too much from Urban Decay in the past, so that's very exciting. But having said that, I'm going to start with two of the new Moondust Shadows. They've released 4 new ones. One is a purple called Ether, and the other one is a kind of very, very shimmery kind of snow white called Cosmic. I have 2 of them. The first one I have, and I'm wearing them both today, by the way. I don't know whether you can see the intensity of them, but they are stunning. I mean, they're beautiful. The first one I have is, strangely enough, one that when I saw them kind of being talked about in America, I thought, oh god, I really need this shadow, and luckily enough it was one of the samples I was sent, so I'm very, very pleased. And this is called Solstice, and it's the colour I have just in the kind of halfway over, kind of the reddish bluish colour. It is so pretty. The Moondust Shadows, for anybody that doesn't know, are kind of their complete like micro glitter infused eyeshadows, but the lovely thing about the Moondust Shadows is they don't have too much fallout, unlike a lot of the glittery eyeshadows that Decay used to do when they first came out, with like Midnight Cowgirl and things like that. These don't actually have too much fallout, which is fabulous because they're so finely milled and because the glitter is completely micro. Now with the Moondust Shadows, I have found, and I did try this time as well, but I have found from previous experience that they are best applied with your fingers. Now I know, I mean, for me to say that is quite shocking because I really don't like applying makeup with my fingers. I'm kind of a brush person, but they just don't come out as well with a brush. I did try it with the colour that I'll show you in a minute that I had on the outer portion here. I did try to apply it with a brush. It just takes away the intensity of it. I don't know why, but if you do want to use kind of belt and braces with something like this, you could always use the Urban Decay Bondage glitter adhesive. I love these duochrome type shadows, and I love this particular combination because I have Makeup Geek's not Utopia, Insomnia pigment, and I know a lot of people really like this kind of russety red blue duochrome. It's just beautiful. It has a beautiful pink kind of shimmer running through it. Just beautiful. So that is Solstice. The other one I have for the new Moondust Shadows is Scorpio. Now, I wasn't too sure about this one. I thought perhaps it would be a bit too black, because sometimes, you know, even with a kind of like a glitter infusion, these kind of black base shadows can just come out black. But this one, oh my goodness, it is so pretty. So this is Scorpio. It reminds me a lot of Urban Decay's Cobra eyeshadow. Strangely enough, it does, once again, to draw a comparison to Makeup Geek, it really does remind me of Makeup Geek's Utopia pigment, which is, if you recall, if you've seen it, it's kind of like the chunky pigment with the black base, and it's kind of like got a kind of a brown undertone to it, and then you've got the gold glitter running through it. It really does look a little bit like that. This can also run a little bit green. It's really beautiful. So I have that at the outer portion here. I really do like this. I think this is one of the, strangely enough, it's kind of the more wearable of all of them really, because it seems quite simple, and you could definitely use this for a night out on its own, but it's just got such a beautiful impact in it. Beautiful. I really like that. I like the fact that the micro glitter stays. It doesn't fall out throughout the day. Beautiful. So those are the two of the 4 new Moondust Shadows. Solstice at the top and Scorpio down the bottom. Now this product is a brand new, well they're all brand new, but it's a complete kind of standalone brand new product from Urban Decay. And I first looked at the press releases and I thought, I don't really get it. I thought perhaps, because I just skimmed it really online one evening, and I thought perhaps it was like a lash serum, like a growth serum. I thought, I don't know. I thought, I'll wait until the products come over here and I'll see what this is. This is the Mascara Resurrection. This is the box for it, and it is the Mascara Refresher. It's very, very interesting, and I recently read up on this on Xspark's blog, and she happened to do a complete blog post about this Mascara Resurrection product, and it's really interesting. If you're having, the point of it is if you've kind of, which I tend to do all the time, I'm sure a lot of people do, I tend to favour like one eye for when I'm applying mascara, and the other one just goes completely to hell. I don't really know why that is. but it happens. And sometimes, you know, you get one eye that's perfect and the other eye that looks like you've applied a mascara that's about 100 years old, and I really don't know why that is. I guess maybe it's the way the lashes grow differently on each eye, I have no idea. So the point of this is, if you do have a mascara faux pas, and it's dried very quickly, or your mascara's kind of drying out, something like that, or you've just kind of at the end of your tether with your mascara and it won't do what you want when it's on your lashes, what you do is you wait till your mascara's dried on your lashes, and then you put this over the top of the mascara on your lashes, and then you can reapply the mascara that you used before like new. And I looked at X-Barch's blog post and it was absolutely astounding. It was just, she did it like at the end of the day, and it just looked like she'd put brand new mascara on without having to take it off, without having to take her eye makeup off and reapply the whole kit and caboodle again. You just put this on dried mascara on your lashes, and it allows you to kind of coat over the top of it like you haven't got mascara on at all. And it is a little mascara on like this, with like a kind of transparent serum type thing on it. It's absolutely phenomenal. Now I didn't do it today, because my mascara went alright today, but I will be doing a separate review video on this so you can kind of see it in action. But from what I've seen from her blog post, it looks amazing. So I think, you know, if you're really interested in picking up just one thing from this collection, the Mascara Resurrection is really interesting. I've never seen a brand come out with a product like this before. It's great. It's such a fab idea. Now for this particular launch for spring 2015, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Urban Decay have kind of gone more into their skin-based products, which I love. They came out with the Naked Skin Foundation, which I have on today, by the way, so I wanted to see how it worked with these two other products. They came out with that a couple of years ago, maybe not that long ago, maybe 18 months? Yeah, a couple of years ago they came out with the Naked Skin Foundation. Doesn't time fly? And everyone went bananas over it. I love it. I still use it. I have two different shades of it. The one I have on at the moment is shade 2, just for reference. And now they have released 8 new concealers for a kickoff, and I'll get to the other product in a minute. But this is the one that I have. I have it in the shade Fair Neutral. It looks like this. So they have 8 shades of these. I saw these, I thought, oh my god, they look fabulous, because I never used to be a big like concealer person, but recently, the last couple of years, I really haven't found one that I've kind of fallen in love with, and this may be a huge contender. I've used it today, I used it under my eyes, and I've used it to kind of spot conceal places, and it's really lovely. The one thing I would say, oh, this is the packaging as well. Classy packaging, same type of packaging as the Naked Skin Foundation. The one thing I would say about the Naked Skin Concealer is that it applies best with your fingers. I keep saying this, it's weird, I don't know what's happening to me, but it does apply best, it blends out best rather with your fingers. It has a little kind of wand on it, which I love. It's kind of, it's not a doe foot, it's like a flat wand. So really nice and precise to get under the eyes, and it is just better to apply this, kind of put it on the wand and then kind of blend it in with your fingers. I used the ZOEVA round top buffer concealer brush, and it did okay, but it kind of wasn't warming the product up enough, so I just went in and blended it out with my fingers, and it blends beautifully. It is lovely. So this is what it looks like swatched. I would say it's a medium coverage. I wouldn't say it's full coverage. I mean, I didn't really put that much on, so I mean, I'd say it's a medium coverage concealer, but you can layer it out. That's the beauty of things like this, and that's what it looks like blended out. You see? It's just, I mean, it's such a good colour match. I mean, it's a fabulous colour match for me. It was there. It's totally seamless. I love it. I love the fact that it is not heavy. It doesn't seem to be cakey. The one thing they've said about this concealer is it won't settle into fine lines. I'm sure they're right. I just put it on like an hour ago, so we'll have to see about that, but I'm sure they are right. And I will be demoing this in like a updated foundation or something like that, another video, so you can see what it looks like when it applies under the eyes in places. But it says it's a weightless complete coverage concealer, light diffusing, peptide infused and paraben free. Lovely. As you can see, when I just put it on the back of my hand, it's completely disappeared. Beautiful shade match. And I have Fair Neutral in this, as I said, but they do 8 different shades, so there will be one for you. Speaking of skin-based products, this is another big star of this particular collection. This is the Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation. This is the box. I love this. It's luminous finish, light diffusing and oil free at 9 grams. It also came, the actual compact itself came in this cute little bag inside the box. How cute is that? So that it doesn't get banged up in your bag. It does have Similar to the 15th anniversary palette, it does have the kind of light reflective, fingerprint loving packaging. Look at the fingerprints, oh my god. I've only had this morning, it was delivered this morning, and look at it. I don't want to look at it, it's just upsetting. But yeah, the fingerprint loving packaging, but you can't really fault the packaging other than the fact that it collects fingerprints, because the packaging itself is so pretty. It has this little release button here with Naked on it. And open it up. Nice mirror, love the fact that there's a mirror. You also get a sponge. The thing with this powder foundation is that you can use it dry for kind of a lighter coverage, or you can wet the sponge and use it wet. The sponge looks like this, I love the sponge. I haven't done that, and fabulously it does have like an aerated little slot, if you can see, for the powder puff, so it's not going to get all bacterial and horrible. Bacterially, is that a word? Oh, it is now. I have used this powder. This one also is in, let me see, light neutral. Oh, the other one was fair neutral, this is light neutral. And I have used this today. I used it with, let me see, here it is. I used it with my NANSHY powder brush, which I haven't actually used before, but I usually use a more dense kabuki, and I didn't want to do that because it said it's a powder foundation and I already had liquid foundation on. So I just kind of dusted a little bit of this powder over the top of my foundation. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I didn't expect to be blown away by this. I thought it would probably be lovely, but it wouldn't really be something that I'd just rave about. It's absolutely stunning. First of all, you know, I put a brush in it. You can't even see. It's not the sort of powder that breaks up and is really finely milled to the point where it creates dust when you put your brush in. I love that. I suppose because it can be used wet or dry, it would be a bit strange if it were crumbly, because you'd go through it really quickly if you were using it wet. So I've just used it as a face powder over the top of the Naked Skin Foundation Concealer. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. There are 14 different shades of this, which is interesting because I suppose it's a big kind of foundation release, quite like the Naked Skin. So they have to cover all their bases with kind of skin tone and things like that. So I like the fact they've got 14 different shades. This is, you know, probably one of the lightest ones they do. You can see it's really beautiful. It's just like silk. I mean, it just disappeared into the skin. A lot of the time I find with powders is that this is why I don't actually use kind of powder foundations or mineral powders. This isn't a mineral powder, but you know what I mean, that type of thing, is because I never find a shade that is right for me. The shades I use tend to have too much pigment in them, so I have to dust it all over my face to kind of get every single part of my face, otherwise it just looks patchy. This I didn't have to do that with. I used that NANSHY powder brush and just kind of dusted it on, and it's beautiful, and it set my makeup really, really nicely. So 10 out of 10 for the Ultra Definition Powder Foundation. It's gorgeous. And even if you're not into your powder foundations, I definitely get it just as a powder. And finally, another huge launch. They're just knocking it out of the park this spring, aren't they? As they always do. Another big launch from Urban Decay are their Revolution Sheer Lipsticks. I'm wearing one today. I love it. There are 10 shades of this range. Now, if you remember correctly, I've got one here to show you. This was a huge launch for them. Well, I want to say a couple of years ago. Again, I keep saying a couple of years ago. It's just my fail-safe. I can't remember. It was a couple of years ago. This was a huge launch for Urban Decay. These are the, obviously they're Urban Decay. The ultra kind of creamy Revolution lipsticks. They came out with, I think, 18 shades of these, and everyone went bananas over them. I have 2 shades. This one in particular is Anarchy, and I thought I would bring this one out of my collection to show you because I have the sheer version of Anarchy, so I thought I would do a little swatch to see what they kind of look like side by side. The point of these sheer Revolution lipsticks is that they're kind of like a toned down but still very glossy, still very lipstick like version of the original Revolution lipsticks. Now the original Revolution lipsticks were bang in your face, they really were. Even the kind of more pink based kind of everyday shades were really, really hugely pigmented, which I loved. However, I can see why they've come out with a new sheerer line, because not everybody wants a huge amount of colour every day. And these, I didn't know what I was going to think of these. I'd seen swatches and they looked beautiful, but I'm not really a big sheer person. I do, if I'm wearing lip colour, I want to be able to see it. And I do have pigmented lips, so it was kind of a worry of mine that I wouldn't be able to see them. All worries put aside, I am wearing one today. Oh my god, There are 10 shades of these. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now the one I am wearing today is called Rapture. The boxes look like this. The little sticker on the side. They're a similar casing, except that the original Revolution lipsticks are a darker shade. So this is the new sheer version, and this is the original. So you can find them easily in your handbag or your drawer or whatever. So this is Rapture. Beautiful. It's like this beautiful kind of mulberry pinky colour. Oh, that's the one I have on now. The thing I love is that they haven't done away with the kind of texture of these lipsticks in order to get them to be sheer. They still cling to the lips, which is lovely. They don't slick all over the place out the tube, because I hate that. They still have a really nice cling to them. So that's Rapture, and I will swatch this on my hand so you can see what it looks like. And it's really funny because, I mean, you swatch them and they're just not, they're not really as sheer as the name suggests, which I think is fabulous. Just beautiful. I love the glossy shine on them. I love the fact that they still cling to the lips. They're beautiful. The colour selection is gorgeous. As I said, there are 10 shades. So that's Rapture, that's the one I have on now. The other one I have is Anarchy, which is why I brought the original Anarchy out, because I wanted to show you what it looks like swatched. I haven't swatched this one yet, so yeah, I don't want to either because it's too pretty. This is the sheer version of Anarchy. That's pretty. So this is the sheer version of Anarchy, which is just unbelievably beautiful, and as you can see, not too sheer in the slightest. So that's Anarchy, and this is the original one, just for reference really, just to kind of show you guys the difference. And this is the original one next to the sheer. So bang, wow, look at that. Okay, so that's the sheer Anarchy, and this one is the original one. So you can see quite a big difference really, but I mean, they don't suffer from lack of pigmentation just because they're sheer, which I love. And then the last product I have, and the last Sheer Revolution lipstick I have, ooh, look at this colour. This is in Slowburn. Oh my goodness. I haven't swatched this either, but it's stunning. God, it's beautiful. This is going to be such a nice summer shade. That is just beautiful. I don't think I could have picked the shades that I got of the Sheer Revolution lipsticks better if I'd picked them myself. So yeah, it's just beautiful. So this is Slowburn, just on the edge. Beautiful. So as you can see from the Sheer Revolution lipsticks, the sheer version of the Revolution lipsticks from Urban Decay, they really do not suffer from being badly pigmented at all. They're not, I mean, they are sheerer versions of the originals, but let's face it, it's Urban Decay. They're never going to be too sheer, are they? They're never going to be like namby-pamby sheer, because it's Urban Decay. So that's it. That's the spring collection. Those are all the products. Let me know if you plan on getting them when they arrive in the UK. The release date is the 29th of January. I will link to the products down below. I'll come back and link to them down below for when they are launched. And you can get them at urbandecay.co.uk, because a lot of people don't know that Urban Decay now have their own UK distributor, which is fab, because previously you had to get them from places like Debenhams and so on and so forth. But urbandecay.co.uk, that's where you can get the spring collection, 29th of January. I'll leave the prices down below as well when I get kind of a reference for them. So let me know if you're planning on picking anything up. Let me know if anything kind of caught your eye, and you know what you're going to get, or if you're in the States, what you've already bought and what you thought about it. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Long video, but hey. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.